Let me tell you this little story about three guys named Jake, Johnny, and Billy Bob. They all went to this rodeo. And unfortunately, a big bull jumped the fence and into the spectators, and they were all trampled to death, all three of them. Well, being good God-fearing men, they went to heaven, where they met St. Peter at the pearly gates. And he said, "Welcome to heaven, gentlemen. I'm sure you'll be quite comfortable here, but I must warn you that we have some rules up here in heaven. If you break them, you will be disciplined severely. One rule is never step on a duck. If you step on a duck, the duck quacks, then they all quack. And it just goes on and on and on. And the sound is just terrible." Well, so all three of us say, "Well, that sounds pretty simple." They passed through the pearly gates. They were surprised that there were nothing but ducks everywhere, all over the ground. Well, in no time at all, Jake stepped on one. The duck quacked, and then they all started quacking, and they made this terrible racket in heaven, and it just went on and on and on. Pretty soon along came St. Peter, and he brought with him this horrible, homely-looking woman. He said, "I warned you that if you broke the rule, stepped on the duck, that you were going to be punished and disciplined." He chained this horrible, homely woman to Jake and said, "You're going to have to live with her forever and ever and ever," and then walked away. Well, sometime later, despite his best efforts, Johnny accidentally stepped on a duck. The duck quacked, then all the ducks in heaven started quacking and made this terrible, terrible noise. It went on and on and on, and sure enough, here comes St. Peter with this even uglier, homelier woman, and he said, "I warned you that if you broke the rule, you stepped on the duck, you'd be punished, you'd be disciplined." And with that, he chained this horribly homely woman to Johnny and said, "The two of you will be together for all eternity, forever and ever," and then walked away. Well, Billy Bob, he was real careful not to step on any ducks, you know what I mean? He tried real hard. And one day, St. Peter came along with this drop-dead, gorgeous woman, and he chained her right to the side of Billy Bob and said, "You will be together from now on forevermore in heaven for all eternity," and walked away. And Billy Bob exclaimed, he said, "Wow." He said, "I wonder what I did to deserve this." And the woman said, "Well, I don't know, but I stepped on a duck."